Indy, those numbers.
A lot of strikeouts for some innings.
Steve just talked about being a young pitcher. Well, you talked about the different phases of spring training and what it's like for players, what their thought process might be if you've made the club, if you're a veteran or whatnot. Well, here's a guy who knows got no shot of making the big league club, but this is maybe one of the few opportunities he has. Who knows how many chances he gets, especially in an abbreviated spring training schedule, how many times he's going to be on the mound.
This is a thrill for him. He's very, very young, and regardless of how it turns out, he's going to get on the other side of it and say, okay, I was out there and I didn't get sick to my stomach or anything crazy.
Jared Triolo is now playing third.
Yeah. And you don't forget it. Like you said, you remember your first. I mean, I came up. I was a minor leaguer that came up and went to Winter Haven and faced Jeff Reardon.
Yeah.
You know?
There you go.
Your first at bat?
Yeah. In a spring training game.
Yeah.
Where had you played before in the minor league level? Like
A-ball. I believe it was just my. So yeah, I think I was coming out of A-ball.
Jeez.
And so it's amazing. I mean, down to Fort Myers when I came, the Pirates had just won the World Series the year before.
Yeah.
So we were in a back room, and we didn't we looked around the door. Oh, there's Maz, or there's Willie Stargell, or there's Roberto. We didn't dare talk to them, but we were around them, and it was just a thrill. It's just a thrill. You went out and you ran with them in the morning. Yeah, here I'm running laps with Vernon Law, or I'm trying to throw batting practice, and George Sisler, Hall of Famer, sitting in a chair, a lawn chair, in back of the batting cage, saying, "Throw me some sliders, kid. I'm just trying to get the ball in the cage. I'm 18 years old." Wow. And the things you remember, but it's all part of the process, and hopefully everybody. I'm sure that everybody does remember bits and pieces of those years when you're so young, and it's all a thrill.
So I'll ask you that we haven't even talked about it on or off the air yet, and I'm not going to complain and lament about it, but it's here, and we felt it was coming. The DH.
Yeah. And we've all railed against it for how many years in the National League, and it's not complicated. Why me as a pitcher would hate it for a couple of reasons. I like to be up there. I like to handle the bat. I like to be part of the action. I was hyper, and I wanted to be part of everything. But on the other side, the strategy of working down toward the bottom of the order to that number 9 spot and the number 8 spot. There's a reason the guy's in the 8 spot too. Part of your strategy of how you're approaching a given inning when you're in a jam. Here's how I'm going to try to get to that 8 and 9 man. So it to me, it impedes the strategy part of the game there. Maybe it's more exciting, more offense. Maybe it'll create more offense. That's the purpose. But I'm a traditionalist. I'm an old dinosaur, and I'll rail against some things. But Greg every once in a while tells me, what do you think, Steve, about the guys that played before you? Saying, what are these maniacs doing to our game? But I don't know. There's certain traditions that, and I won't rail against it because the world is different now. And the thing is, the overview that I have is that I'm still hooked on the game. Yeah. Once you get hooked, it's a lifelong romance. It is. It just is. And so they suit up, they play the anthem, and let's enjoy baseball and live a little bit for 2 or 3 hours.
For me, I mean, that was my part of the game. I mean, I might pinch hit, I might have to go in for a double switch, and so that's your mind was constantly on where we are in the lineup, the potential of me going in on a double switch or maybe pinch hitting, or and so for me, the non-everyday player, the bench player, what kind of opportunities? I mean,
you live for those.
90% of your games, you probably have no chance of going in. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're not in the starting lineup, you're not going to play. And that's, to me, the what I dislike about it the most is it's I had a chance to play every day. Yeah. And I don't know if the bench guys do anymore now.
You make a good point, too, because a pinch hitter, I'll tell you a dinosaur story back in the day. When we saw a pinch hitter in that number 9 spot, we were told and educated and developed to throw all fastballs, try and blow him away, thinking he was a little stale from batting practice. That was the approach back in the day. And I'm sure that approach has changed because it should.
For sure.
It's one of those old things that needed changing because you still needed to change speeds and do some pitching instead of throwing. But we threw a lot of fastballs to pinch hitters, thinking it had been a long time since they'd seen live pitching.
Right.
So different approaches for different decades, different eras.
Well, now they can go into the cage and crank it to 100 miles per
Yeah.
hour. And,
Yeah.
and they're ready for that. And it's the opposite. You get up there, you look for that fastball.
Yep. Yeah. I would have some difficult times with knowing that.
Yeah.
But it evolves. Everything evolves. Everything evolves.
Cameron Majinski gives up a hit and hits a batter. Now faces Isaac Paredes.
And so I'll ask you this because I think it makes sense. Maybe a little nervous, maybe first time out, flying, tip of the missing in, hit a batter, missing with fastballs in. Just trying to be too quick. Body flies open, arm drags behind, you throw everything inside.
Well, we needed to throw inside because I needed to throw inside all the time because I was a slider ball guy. I've got to get the ball get a batter off the plate a little bit. And I hit my share of batters, not all of them intentionally, most of them not. But you got to know your game, and you've got to pitch inside. You got to do that. And it's a scary area when you first get to the big leagues as a pitcher. That's the power zone. Mm-hmm. That's where people hit home runs. So it's a scary area to pitch it because it's so limited. You can be inside effectively, too far in to hit them, or miss too far onto the strike zone, onto the hitting area, and get burned big time with a home run. It's all a part of the education.
Center fielder is now Matt Frazier. Chance to see some Pirate prospects in there now, including the pitcher, Majinski. It's a second out. See if he can get a final out, Daz Cameron. He can enjoy the rest of his day. Certainly has to have those butterflies going. Pirates expect Majinski in the not-too-distant future to be a big part of the winning ways. A lot of pitching in the minor league system now with the Pirates organization.
And they're creeping closer.
Yeah.
Nice little breaking ball. Who knows how this abbreviated spring training is going to go? Who's ahead? The hitters, the pitchers. How much can you compress? You're talking about Brian Reynolds wondering how many at-bats he's going to get. But, he's a veteran, so that certainly helps. What it hurts is the guys that are borderline trying to make a ball club. Are they going to get enough bats? Are they going to throw enough pitches in a game? And that's always been the big item. Now you got to try to do it in a very compressed area. Remember, you used to say, this guy needs 3 or 4 good outings or 1 good late outing to make a difference whether he can make it or not. Wow, that's going to be a tight squeeze this year.
Well, we've always kind of said that spring training is more for the pitcher as far as getting stretched out and getting your pitch count up, innings up. Hitters, I've always felt that it was too long. You can get them plenty of at-bats.
But we used to want to get stretched out to go 7 and 8 innings.
Yeah, I know.
That's the difference is we just got done talking about it.
Yeah,
you don't need that as much now because guys don't go that many.
You have abbreviated outings.
Yeah.
So maybe it cancels
3
out.
weeks should be enough.
Yep.
That's going to drop in for a hit. Kanan Smith and Jigba fires to the plate. But a base hit for Daz Cameron brings home Jack Lopez to tie the game.
Okay, really quick story about that little blooper right there. We had a pitcher named Luke Walker. He didn't have a hit in 3 years, okay? So Henry Aaron's making his farewell tour around when he's stopping, and the Braves come into town. They play him at first base. Luke bloops a hit over the shortstop's head, goes to first base, and the crowd goes crazy.
This is at Three Rivers?
Three Rivers. Crowd goes nuts because they know Luke has never gotten a hit, hardly. Henry thinks it's for him. He takes his cap up, and Luke says, "Put your hat back on, Henry. This is for me." And that actually happened.
That's hilarious.
Tappert and Triolo will throw on, and our thanks to Steve Blass. Again, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, my pleasure, guys.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, well, you said stop by and you've got less time, but I enjoyed the visit, guys.
We enjoyed it. We really did. Steve Blass. We're in his booth, though, by the way.
In the last couple of years, a lot of things stay the same, and that is their commitment to doing wonderful things in the community. And that happened again today out in left field at the ballpark.
And Robbie, Jack Sawinski will lead things off for the Pirates. Talking about prospects, opportunities to see guys, fans, and the players themselves getting a chance to make an impression. Jack Sawinski was traded over from the Padres along with Tucupita Marcano in the Adam Frazier deal. And Sawinski becomes one of the Pirates' top prospects. Just 23 years old.
Yeah, that's the one that you're sitting on that fastball, and really in spring training, you're like, how'd I miss it? You just want to get to that place. I mean, like I said, it's easier for some than others. Brian Reynolds and Ben Gamble, they look like didn't take them long, but for a lot of guys, just to get the timing to get to the fastball, it's just it takes longer for some than others. But once you get the barrel of the fastball, a good fastball, then things start slowing down for you. You start tracking it better. If you're not getting there, that's when things kind of can snowball on you because you try to force it and everything gets out of whack.
And he's called out on strikes. So one down here in a tie game, bottom of the sixth inning. Pirates believe in offering value to get every fan to PNC Park this season. Check out the many ways you can save on your next trip to PNC Park. Get up to 50% off select games this season. Visit pirates.com/fan values for more details. And now Endy Rodriguez with his first at-bat of this game. Came on to play first base. Saw him a little bit yesterday. One of the many players acquired in the Joe Musgrove deal. Henry Davis comes out on deck. Speaking of prospects.
Those are good numbers. You're talking 98 games, 15 homers. And here at LeadCom, we talk about the wind and how there could be some cheap homers. In the summertime, it's not the same. It doesn't play like that. 15 homers in this league is pretty impressive, especially in just 98 games. That's some power. And I'm guessing maybe, I don't know, he's listed at 6'1", 170. So not a giant guy. Maybe appears that guys come into camp usually working out all winter, might be a little bit heavier than that, but switch hitter, great season.
.95 on the fastball there. 3-2 on Endy Rodriguez. He is just 21 years old. Pirates got him from the Mets. It was a 3-team deal involving the Mets, Padres, and Bucks. And he draws the walk. He had a .380 on-base percentage with the Bradenton Marauders last year. And now Henry Davis.
I like it. No batting gloves. Just starting.
Think of top 2 or 3 prospects in the Pirates organization. Think of Davis, O'Neal Cruz, Nick Gonzalez. Impressive young man here, Henry Davis.
Boy, and he gets right on the dish, too. He's that back foot. slightly open stance. That back foot's pretty much right on that batter's box line.
"22-year-old Henry Davis, first overall pick in last year's draft." University of Louisville product. Well, Rodriguez looks like he wants to run over there.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
Davis started his pro career in the Florida Complex League in August of last year and doubled in his second at bat, homered in his next at bat.
Well, Brisky tried to throw a fastball up and in by him. He took a pretty good swing at it, so good chance he's going back to the breaking ball. Nope, came at him again. Sit.
Nice catch out there in left field. Take another look.
Yeah, doubled up with the fastball and just tied him up just a bit. Wind didn't help him there. Wind blowing out, let it carry out to that left fielder.
Kerry Carpenter out in left, went into the slide, makes the catch. Here's Kanan Smith and Jigba. His first at bat in this one. Pretty aggressive lead there from Andy Rodriguez.
Yeah, he can run a little bit too. You think, I mean, mostly a catcher, but he's going to be moved around a little bit, played some other positions, but he can hit for power, can run a little bit, versatile.
We saw Kanan Smith and Jigba in spring training last year. Impressive guy. Pirates got him in the Jameson Taillon deal from the Yankees.
He's got an impressive brother.
Yeah. Ohio State receiver. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba for the Buckeyes. Last year at AA Altoona, hit .274, 6 homers, 40 RBIs. A little bit of time at AAA Indianapolis. Just 21 at bats for the Indians. He is just 22 years old, from the Dallas, Texas area.
No, he's not quite built like a wide receiver, more like a running back or a linebacker.
Listed at 6 foot 240. Tucupita Marcano on deck. Impressive work there from Bobrisky. He strikes out 4 in his 2 innings. Tie ball game. Spring training for him. I think he knows he's made the club, though.
Yeah,
that's
he's
the thing.
made the club. Yeah. He's in mid-season form.
Here is Mike Burrows, 22-year-old Pirate prospect. This is Jacob Robson.
Pretty good numbers here. 2.20 ERA, 66 strikeouts, 49 innings. 97. Nice looking breaking ball. Curveball, 81. Hitter thinks it's up. Little elevated.
Foul off by Robson. After his strong season last year, Burrows pitched in the Arizona Fall League for Peoria. Just 15 and a third innings in 5 outings. And it's the strikeout.
Say 21 or 22 years old.
22, I believe.
Fastball. A little cut to it at the end, looked like.
From Waterford, Connecticut, Mike Burrows. Here is Cody Clemens. Pinch hitting. Son of one of the all-time great pitchers, Roger Clemens.
So that would mean it's Cody with a K.
All the kids were named with the first names starting with K. Casey, Kobe, Corey, and Cody.
He's got some pop. 18 homers.
Two outs. Clemens is retired. Eric De La Rosa gets his first at bat. Came on to play right field for Riley Green. Home runs. The Pirates, Ben Gamble, a 2-run homer in the second. O'Neill Cruz hit a home run in the 4th inning. Daz Cameron and Robbie Grossman homered in the 5th. And the 2-out single off the end of the bat by Cameron last inning off Carmen Majinski tied it. Talked to Gary Green coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. He'll join us in the booth. He's going to be the bench coach this year at AAA Indy. A lot of years working with the Pirates minor league infielders. You've known Gary Green a long time, haven't you?
Very long time. I mean, he's Alderdice High School grad. Been in this organization for quite some time. Played against him a bit way back when.
To right, Jack Sawinski will make the catch. We'll talk to Gary Green when we come back. 1, 2, 3. Good work from Mike Burrows. His first appearance in the spring.
We do have some infielders.
You got to share with us. I mean,
yeah, come on, give us some scoop. What do you got?
Well, you know, you guys saw Castro last year when he came up. You guys got to see a little bit of Cruz. 2 days, I guess it was, in the big leagues last year. He's an incredible talent. We're still trying to figure out whether he can play major league shortstop every day. He wants to play the position. He's figuring out the nuances of the position. Having a chance to watch him today, just watching him move and seeing the signs from the catcher, being able to anticipate whether it's a breaking ball or a fastball. So he's starting to figure some things out there, which is he's evolved. He's evolving.
You know what I noticed? I haven't seen him play much, but it kind of the first play that it was hit to him, and he shortened that hop, went out there one-handed and threw the little flip over to Key Bryan at third. But like to me, that some of the maturity, maybe some of the things we need to work, or you're thinking he needs to work on.
Well, I think you're right, Rock. You know, from playing the infield, you're always trying to create the hop that you want, whether it's the long hop, the short hop. You want to stay away from the in-between hop, as you know. And he's getting much better at reading hops, and he's making quicker decisions on when to attack the ball. So it's been really good to see.
How about attacking the ball? Tucupita Marcano homers to give the Pirates the lead. One of the players the Bucks got from the Padres in the Adam Frazier deal. And again, a guy that Gary Green got. Some of these guys you haven't had a long look at, Gary, but maybe you can talk about this guy's overall game.
You know, Brownie, I haven't had a chance to see him much. This is the first time I've really seen him the last, 4 or 5 or 6 days in spring training. So he looks like an interesting player. So excited to be around him.
You're talking about O'Neal Cruz and still trying to find out whether he could play big league shortstop. He's such an anomaly, though, because it's really not happened before. So it's an odd situation.
It is, but you know what? If there's anybody that can do it, I think he can. He's athletic, he's agile, he's quick. I mean, you just watch the things that he does out there, and when you're 6'6", 6'7", you just, like you said, Brown, you don't see people that can do those type of things.
And on top of that, a cannon of an arm.
Oh, it's an 80 arm, Rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the power's got to be close to that.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
All the physical stuff is there for him. He's learning how to, like we talked about earlier, he's learning how to look in and get signs from catchers and being able to anticipate pitches. He's learning how to show up on every pitch. He's learning how to read hops. He's just learning the nuances of the position.
I'm always curious about a guy like that size in the batter's box. And if being that you were with them most of last year, I mean, I think it's inevitable you're going to have some – every hitter has their slumps and everything. But, you know, with all the long levers and, you know, is that something I'm guessing he has some, like everybody else, has some issues with?
Well, you're right, Rock. No doubt. With being as tall as he is, you know. But what I saw from him last year offensively is he's learning how to tighten up his at bats. He's not having loose at bats like he had in the past, where he would hit a home run, and the next at bat he would take 3 fastballs down the middle. So he's starting to tighten up his at bats. He's learning how to battle with 2 strikes. He's learning how to extended bats. His plate discipline is getting better. So you're starting to see some maturity from him.
We're talking to Gary Green, who's been with the Pirates organization a long time. He former big leaguer himself. His dad, of course, was part of the 1960 World Series Pirates. Fred Green, a pitcher. Jamie Ritchie at the plate now, his first at bat. Catcher in camp with the Bucks. And a home run by Tucupita Marcano gives the Pirates this 4-3 lead. We've talked to so many people in and outside the organization, Gary. You could really see and we mentioned it a moment ago, that if you look at almost any website, any baseball, this ground ball is going to be a base hit for Ritchie. Diving attempt made by Zach Short. Where the Pirates rank in terms of like Fangraphs or Baseball America, just about any place you look, they're a top 5. You've seen it with your own eyes, this transformation of the organization.
It's been interesting. In the last couple of years, there's really been an influx of talent come into the organization in the last few years, especially from a position player standpoint. I mean, we have a lot of outfielders that really have a chance to play as well, not just infielders, but there's a bunch of outfielders as well. So, and I know there's a bunch of pitching that's going to be in Double-A this year as well. I haven't seen those guys, but it sounds like that this thing is moving in a very good direction.
Have you spent much time with this guy,
Triolo?
I have. Brock, I've only seen him for the last 10 days or 2 weeks.
That's what I figured. Again, another Gold Glover.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. And he could probably play shortstop as well. He's very impressive, yes.
You know, with Key Bryan, and I said this from the get-go, the best I've ever seen at that position. And a guy, you wonder, why didn't he come up as a shortstop? Because he obviously probably could too. And now you have Triolo, who, again, but Ke'Bryan Hayes, seriously, I mean, we're talking in my lifetime, I don't think I've ever seen anybody look so effortless and easy. And you talk about reading hops and first steps and angles, and he makes so many like highlight reel plays look routine because he doesn't have to leave his feet a lot of times.
You know what, Rock? When we drafted him out of high school and saw him at 17 or 18 years old, we just stayed out of his way.
Yeah.
We just stayed out of his way because he was doing that stuff back then.
Yeah.
I mean, it was remarkable. Just a remarkable player.
Triolo at the plate for the Pirates. First at bat. I'm talking with Gary Green about the organization and about the talent in the organization and some of the players that he's worked with. We found out a little trivia question today. John actually found out that Gary Green, did he manage 2 current Pirates coaches?
I'd already forgot about it. How about that? Yeah.
Did you know you managed 2?
You groomed 2 of these guys. Wow. I mean,
did you know that?
You know what,
of course
Rock?
you knew it, but did you remember it?
I sure do. I'm reminded every day by Rebello. And I just try to stay out of their ways as well.
Mike Rebello is one of those 2 players. He's the now third base coach for the Pirates. The other, Donnie Kelly. Where was that, Gary? You managed that?
That was back in, what year was that?
01.
Holy smokes, bro. 01. Thanks, Rock. Yes, back in 01. I think it was, I had him in Oneonta in the Penn League. And then I think the following year in the Florida State League in Lakeland.
In the Tigers organization.
The Tigers, yeah.
I didn't recall you being in the Tigers organization as a coach or a manager.
Look, that's why my hair's gray. They both did this to me.
Now, I hope with Donnie,
Donnie.
him and his brother-in-law Neil, and they
Neil
like
Walker.
to.
Oh,
that's a nice
jeez.
little pick.
Wow, look at that.
Well, we might have to break that one down with Gary Green and John Wayner over there at third base. Kreidler makes a heck of a play there. Ryan Kreidler.
Yeah, and that wasn't quite a short hop either. I mean, that thing was on its way up, which is never fun over there at third base, and sliding to the backhand, which allows them to get off a quicker throw. A lot of guys, if you try to get that on your feet, the momentum might take you into foul ground, off balance throw. But he was also put himself in a pretty good position to throw it by sliding. Pretty good stuff. That's how you used to do it. It's short, right?
That's not how that's how you did it, Rock. I never did it like that.
That's not true. So I was thinking, Donnie, you don't let him get away with the whole Pittsburgh kid stuff like Neil. Those guys and Sean, Casey, they think that you're the Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you're the true Pittsburgher.
The Pittsburgher.
Yeah.
You started it all for us.
No, Rock. No,
You set the stage.
you know what? I let those guys do what they do. They you know what? They've been a lot of fun to be around. It's really been fun to see those guys, watch their careers and just watch them grow and evolve, not only as players but now as staff members. So it's fun to be around those guys.
How long now have you been in the organization?
Since 2006. It's been a few years. Yeah. When I came in, my hair was black, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 of us.
Yeah.
Here's Matt Frazier, another one of these prospects. Keep talking about it, but this is what's fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot. I'm used to you being the roving guy. Then, I was looking forward. I'm assuming you had the inside on all these guys, but being all year in Altoona last year.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rock. I just have the inside guys on the guys that I was around every day last year, like Castro and Cruz and Bay and some of those guys. So, and of course Hayes. I've been around Hayes a lot, so familiar with Ke'Bryan.
Well, there's a guy you had mentioned, G1 Bay. And that's a guy who's under the radar with all these names, but he's an impressive guy.
I'll tell you, he's got a chance to be a really good offensive player. I mean, he can run, he can bunt, he can steal bases. He's an exciting offensive player.
Kind of like the old school, huh? Kind of like put the ball in play, slap it around.
100%, Rock. He battles with 2 strikes, and anytime he can get the ball in play, as you guys know, there's always a chance for a base hit for him. The way he runs, he doesn't have to put the barrel on the ball to get a base hit. So he's an exciting player.
Ball fouled off Marty Foster's mask.
So you got to see Frazier a bit. I mean, boy, he came onto the scene last year.
I didn't even know who Frazier was last year at the
Neither
beginning of the
did
year,
we.
right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's doing really well down there in Greensboro, and we had a chance. He came up to us for the last couple months in Altoona, and he's an impressive young player as well. He can swing the bat as well. The ball really when he gets the barrel on it, it comes off there pretty good.
We're talking to Gary Green, and we'll continue